Welcome to the Wright On Sports Show. There are many sports shows out there, but this one is Wright On. Four guys giving each other hell about sports and their sometimes questionable choice of teams. Featuring the head of the table, Kyle Wright, the king of shit takes, Marcus Weisner, the show's resident asshole, Nick Gurley, and finally, doing all the dirty work, the show bitch himself, Drew Gorman. How these guys all get along, we may never know. But let's try to find out. Let's get started.
Woo! Welcome in, everybody, to the Wright On Sports Show. Kyle Wright here with Marcus Weisner, Nick Gurley, and Drew Gorman. And today's show is going to start out just a little bit differently than we're pretty accustomed to here. Back when Marcus and I started this show in early of last year, we started a lead up to the NFL season where we had a bunch of different fans of every single team on. We ran through all 32 teams, and I think, Marcus, we were able to get 30 fans on.
Close. I think it was like 29 or 30.
It was 29 or 30. It was a ridiculous number. Crazy. A lot of guys that we never met. Some led to blossoming friendships. Anyway, from day one, we always had Noah Forster was one of our top supporters from when we launched this sports podcast. As we've grown into a sports show, he was the very first person to inbox us when we bought our merchandise. So, want to start today's show out on a slight somber note, if you will. Just want to take a moment to reflect on Noah's life. He was unfortunately passed away sometime last night. The how and the why are not important at this moment, as the entire Panama City community, his beautiful baby boy, is the mother of his child, and all of his friends and family are just we're in shambles right now. So want to start the show off by just a small tribute to him, and just talk a little bit about, like, just keep it short. I know, Drew, you guys played a lot of softball together.
Yeah, he was with us on BCB for a while, and then also playing a couple league ball teams with him with RPA. But
he's on Bangers as well.
BCB, yeah.
Oh, you did say BCB. Yeah, my bad.
But yeah, his I got a quick little story. I told you guys beforehand, but his grandmother, his girlfriend's grandmother, lived 2 houses down from me, so I saw him all the time, and it's tough losing a guy that young. But going back to that story, my ADD kicked in there for a second, but
we're pretty used to that here.
Yeah.
Well, Morgan has joined in the group. She's there, so our hearts go out to you, Morgan. If there's anything you need, you just let us know. But going back, this past Easter, me and my wife were out in our front yard doing yard work, and all of a sudden I get this picture in one of our group chats, and it's of me, and he's saying, Drew's a freaking baddie over there working in his front yard. And I look down, and Noah sent it in our group chat, and go over, talk to him, hang out a little bit. His grandmother, Morgan's grandmother, sends a couple, maybe a little bit later, Morgan's grandmother sends down a plate of food for us, and just Noah comes, hangs out for a little bit, and it was tough. It was a blast that day. It was a blast to have him on the field, but it's tough right now.
You know, the first time I ever met Noah. Well, not the first time. The first time I really had a conversation with him, because he was out there with Bay Clean Sweep with us for a little while.
Yep.
And the first time I ever actually had a conversation was in Pensacola. He came up. He was on BCB, but not really yet. Like, we hadn't really picked him up. We just needed a guy, so we picked him up. And he comes out there, and I made I don't know, like I do, a couple of errors out there at shortstop. And I made a couple of errors.
Not uncommon.
But then I'm making diving plays also. So it's the fifth inning. I think we had just gotten done with the first game. Of course, Noah showed up an hour late.
Yeah.
The game was almost over. And he shows up. And the first thing he doesn't even stretch, walks over to me. He has seen me. Somebody's told him that I made a couple of errors, but I'm also making diving stops and making plays. And he goes, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why you're at shortstop. I'm better than you.
He had no short of confidence.
No
shortage.
All. I was like, okay, that's cool. And as I got to play with him a lot, I mean, he was a lot like me in the fact that he could play multiple positions. He didn't care where he played. He wanted to play shortstop or middle, and he was very good at it.
He was a consistent hitter.
And he was consistent at hitting, but he was a cool dude. I mean, and I think the one thing is, I know people love to say you can ask me whatever. I'm an open book. That dude was an open book.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That dude would let you know what color his poop was that morning. He did not care. That dude told you everything that was on his mind. He was an awesome dude.
One of the biggest things that I will always remember from him was we were playing in a tournament over in Pensacola, and we should have never played that game. And Zach is bringing it up right now. We're playing in a game, get close to the end. We need a guy to get on base towards the end of the game. And Noah is legging out a ground out. Everybody else would have thrown their bat down, walked to the dugout. He's legging it out and just about dives to step on the bag.
Oh, yeah,
his foot hits the very top of the bag and slips. Tears his ACL.
Yep.
But we only had 11, so we had 10.
Mm-hmm.
So he stays in the game. We still had another inning. He gets in the game, hits a line shot, and hops to first base to keep from us taking it out.
What's funny about that is Kyle and I were sitting there watching the hit on Chris Godwin, and we were talking about how, good Lord, you must be tough to be able to just stand up from a torn ACL and just basically barely hobble off. Chris Godwin walked over there like he was a G. I mean, Noah did exactly that. Wasn't no professional ball player by no means, but he loved the game. He loved being who he was. He was just an awesome dude, and we're definitely going to miss him. The softball community here is thick, and they are saddened by this. And, I think the one thing that we can all do is, there's been a lot of this stuff going on. I lost my cousin less than 2 weeks ago, like a brother to me, Trey Pettis. He was awesome, and a lot of people knew him, and he was just a great person. Played soccer with Marcus, schooled Marcus in soccer. So he told me all the time that Marcus sucked at soccer. But, but yeah, it was, right now, I think the best thing that we can all do is just pray and, just be thankful for everything that we have, and, have a great Christmas. Hold your family tight. I know, Drew, are you going to Tennessee? No. So, you and Michaela just, if y'all need to come over to our house, y'all are more than welcome to come over and spend some time with us. Same thing with you guys. Everybody needs to be praying as well for Carson, Kyle's son.
Yeah.
He's got a little something going on, and after the new year, so that's something that we should all just be thankful for being healthy right now.
And I want to end this on one simple note, and then we'll get on with the show, because I think that's what Noah would definitely want the most.
No doubt.
He would be here for the show, not for all this. What would he say? The chompy bullshit that we're doing. But no, one thing that just to learn from this, guys. Obviously, you talk to your family all the time, And if you don't, you really should. But I think telling your family you love them is second nature. But make sure your friends know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make sure your boys know. Make sure your girls know. Make sure just anybody important to you, man. Just because, I mean, that would be one thing. I got regrets that we could talk about off screen with Noah that I could have done more. You know what I'm saying? Could have been around him more. Could have been there more. It sucks, man. But let's get on with the show. So today's show, we're gonna be playing a little game, and this is a little game we came up with the other night. We were talking on the phone. It's called Resolution Roulette.
Before we move on, I do want to say this, though.
Oh, go ahead.
Everybody, if you have a story for Noah,
put
it down in the comments. We want to share those and make sure that everybody gets to see that and stuff like that. So just put your stories down in the comments.
I do want to say Morgan she's been listening the whole time, and she's been saying she's blessed you all. Thank you. Noah loved this show and loved you guys. She also said, whenever we started telling the funny stories, she said, goodness, thank you. I needed this. And then she wanted to add into that torn ACL surgery. She said, torn ACL story. She said, and he drove home 2 hours away.
I do want to say this also.
Just real quick, while she's in the chat, though, Morgan, if you can get a hold of Drew off the show, we want to get his Right On jersey.
We want to hang it up.
We want to hang it here in studio. I hope you're still watching. If not, we'll reach out to you. I hope you can find it. We would love to have that.
And another, just a quick funny story. At Spiders, remember how it was raining like crazy in PCB?
Nuts,
Dude, this man, behind like where everybody was parking, like all the way in the very back, like right when you come in
where we were at.
Yeah. This man decided to go drive through, I swear to you, 18 inches of mud.
Oh, I remember that.
Dude, he
in a car.
In a car. Yeah, we had to get Andrew Adams to come to drive from Callaway all the way back to Frank Brown to pull him out. Dude, I was like, why would you park right here? He was like, oh, I thought it was clear. He was like, you thought it was clear? It looks terrible. What are you talking about?
It was dark.
Because he came to us and he was like, hey, can anybody pull me out? And you're like, I drive a minivan. Okay?
Yeah.
I drive a minivan.
Oh man.
But I had to share that one. That's
a good one. I mean, there's probably so many more that we haven't even.
Yeah.
Golly, man. But all right, so let's get on to this resolution roulette. So what we're gonna do here is we all have our own teams. Nick has kind of adopted the Jaguars since we started doing the show.
That's a poor adoption.
Yeah.
No, he's a Cowboys fan.
I am not a Cowboys fan. I am not a Cowboys. I had, you know what?
To be a Dallas fan.
This is how I had to pick a team. I couldn't go with the Cowboys, even though I probably know the most about the Cowboys because I hate the Cowboys so much. And
it's the same with Kyle. Kyle's basically a Cowboys fan.
Well, we hate the Cowboys so much, so I went, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the shittiest team in all of the NFL and chose the Jaguars. But the main reason is because when I was a kid, I used to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Oh, that's true, too. Well, they have the same amount of wins.
It's even worse.
But I used to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan when I was a kid. Because I grew up in the early 2000s, that was, whatever.
Michael Stott.
Yeah, all that. He was one of my favorite players, Rondé Barber, all of them. But when I got back into, like, all right, I need to have a team. We live in Panama City, not very far from Jacksonville. I'm going to start taking Jessica to Jags games. But I'm not a bandwagon person. So knowing that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl last year, I could not now pick up and say I'm a Tampa Bay fan.
Yeah.
And now I want to pick up hockey. Kyle was like, dude, the Lightning will accept you in the fan base. Let's go. And I was like, I can't. I'm a Florida Panther, baby. Let's go. I couldn't do it. You can't go and be a Lightning fan after 2 Stanley Cups in a row. Can't do it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Can't do it.
Nick was also trying to figure. He's like, look, like. He probably talked to your wife and was like, hey, like, I'm going to be a Jags fan. All of a sudden, you had 3 season passes, like, for the whole, like, 3 season tickets. They just showed up at your front door because nobody wanted them. You're like, I guess I'm a Jags fan now.
Here we go.
It's like a donation, except, like, when you're doing charity, it's like they give you the tickets in return for donating. All right.
And then on the back of that were some AEW backstage passes.
Yeah. Worth even less.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of go around the table and we're gonna keep it short and sweet because we're gonna have random teams. But let's just go through and do your team's New Year's resolution first. Like, what's the thing in 2022 that you want to see the Jaguars do?
Are we going to do, like, draft or, like, are we talking free agency?
Like,
just
you got to
whatever?
pick one thing.
One thing.
One thing for your team next
Jags,
year.
it's going to have to be offensive line. They have no guards. I think they only have one healthy tackle that's worth anything. I think it was Alabama guy. What is it? I can't remember his
Landon
name.
Dickerson, maybe?
Yeah,
Is it that
but
guy?
there's only one that's worth anything. I mean, and obviously number 2, they need a wide receiver to throw to. But so I would say if they don't focus heavily on offensive line, defense is what it is. You're going to have to wait on that. You got some playmakers on defense, but you know there's something wrong with your defense when you give up Ramsey.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think they can suffice with what they've got there, but they've got to have an offensive line.
So, real question on that, Nick. Do you think that the Jags would either take the option of going after Kayvon Thibodeau or Aiden Hutchinson, or trading down and picking up like Evan Neal from Alabama as the next tackle? like, because you got to think Thibodeau and Hutchinson are great edge rushers. They're great DEs.
And I have a feeling that they're – because you only get so many of those in a class, and especially ones that are like those two.
Leave it to Marcus to just take what I said. Like, let's do this quick. And Marcus goes,
well,
what
I
about
mean-
that defensive end they drafted in 2014?
Well, no, that's
Yeah,
the
well, you
guy's
know,
time.
like-
Well,
Yeah,
just be
but-
an asshole.
Yeah.
You got Austin Ragula saying you should probably start with a real coach, but I guess that can wait for a later date.
Does it really matter with the Jags? I mean, it doesn't really matter who the coach is. You could bring over anyone for the Jags. They're still going to be shit right now. So as of right now, let's go ahead and draft an offensive lineman.
Go for the O-line.
And you know what? To tell you the truth, I know he said that his assistants were losers and all of that good stuff, but just let the man have girls sit on his lap.
Yep.
What is the big deal? No, I'm just kidding. Totally just kidding right there. But
He was
you know,
just kicking it.
yeah, he was just chilling in Ohio. I mean, just let the man have a good no, just kidding. Get a good coach. But first, get a real offensive line. You can't say that Trevor Lawrence is the freaking new Jesus in NFL. And what happens? They don't have an offensive line to give him time to do anything.
Yeah.
So,
I hear Dan Mullen's available.
oh my God.
All
Dude,
right.
if I have to say Dan Mullen is a coach of one of my favorite teams, I'm going to be pissed.
Yep.
I'm moving
pissed.
teams.
It's not like he was that bad, but whatever.
Marcus Dallas.
Oh man, I had a couple different decisions on this, but at the end of the day,
What about the
I think-
cornerbacks, though?
I think that it's time that Dallas goes after another offensive tackle. I get really frustrated to see Tyron Smith do he plays 5, 6, 7, 8 games and then is out for 4 or 5 weeks. And it's becoming a bigger trend. And now he's missed more games in the last 2 years than he has pretty much in his entire career. The second option I would have had, it's a very close one. I think it's time we got to figure out what to do with this
Quarterback?
Ezekiel
I
Elliott
agree.
situation.
Oh,
Zeke's not playing at the same level he has in his rookie deal. Tony Pollard obviously is playing a lot better. It's just I'm not really sure if Zeke needs to be the bell cow anymore, or if we need to be paying him as the bell cow with the way Pollard is playing.
I think
But-
you're right there with both of them, honestly. I mean, y'all normally have a very good offensive line, and that is your weak link, having to take your starter out every single time and because he's injured.
Yeah.
And Tony Pollard has been the better running back. He's looked better.
Yeah.
He's faster. I think they like him more because I think Ezekiel Elliott is just a little bit.
He just creates more opportunities. Like it's kind of like how Zeke was his rookie year, but now that Zeke's like put on weight, he's probably taken like 1,100 touches in his career, maybe even more than that.
Dude, it runs running
Doesn't-
backs
doesn't-
down quick.
Yep.
It does, especially. I mean, I figure we're gonna get 3 more seasons out of Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
There won't be
I'd
too many
shocked
more.
if we got that.
Yeah, I mean, look at Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's another one that'll be gone in a few years.
Are we gonna
Dalvin
get
Cook.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook's another one,
We
yeah.
haven't even gotten a season of Dalvin Cook.
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, we haven't gotten anything out of him.
Yeah,
My
but
God. Kamara's another one. Kamara's another one. They should move him to slot, get his ass out of the running back position.
Yeah, he's not a very
He's
good
not a running back. Every time they hand him the ball, I'm like, dude, he averages a yard and a half.
Yeah.
Get him out of there. Give the ball to Latavius Murray.
I
you know what y'all should do is go and get back what's his name that y'all had last year?
Latavius Murray is in
Y'all should
Baltimore.
but y'all should get
We have
somebody
Mark
like him.
Ingram.
Y'all have Mark
Yeah.
Ingram?
Yeah,
they have
we got
Mark
him at the
Ingram.
trade
Oh,
deadline.
But,
that's
you know,
right.
Mark
That's who I was
Ingram's
thinking of
fallen
anyway. But go get Mark Ingram back. That's who I was.
You're talking 2 years removed, though, and that'd be a good segue here, Drew, because I have a bold statement to make, and then I'll let you go on the Saints. I think Alvin Kamara might be one of the worst running backs in the NFL. That dude is not very good at running the football. Now, listen, the dude can catch. The dude's a very good route runner.
Slant.
He's very
Put him at the
dangerous.
slot.
He's gonna have. I think they need to shift him to slot receiver because that dude is not
Too fast. No linebacker out there can hang with him. No safety can hang with him.
He's not strong enough to be a running back.
Nope.
I literally watched this man live on Sunday, and he just couldn't find a hole if he tried.
Well, that's also going against the Bucs defense, but that's neither here nor there. So my resolution for the Saints, make it work with Michael Thomas. Because I know the obvious one is find a quarterback.
Number one?
I know the obvious one is find a quarterback, but hey, we're playing decent under Taysom.
Oh my
Decent.
God!
Scored
Decent.
9 points.
Hey, a W is a W.
against
my
against the
God.
Buccaneers practice squad.
A W is a W.
Oh,
But I don't care
Can
who
we
you
change
have
shit
throwing.
take to? Is there a shit take?
No.
Shut up, bitch!
I'm just pressing buttons at this point.
I don't
Jesus
care
Christ.
who you have at quarterback. If you don't have a wide receiver out there capable, okay, the number one wide receiver, whether you say it's Traquan Smith or Marquez Callaway, neither one of them are number one receivers. Are number two receivers on any other team.
We're losing viewers as this goes on.
Actually picked one up.
Actually, we're adding.
I was gonna say we picked one up.
We're adding.
we just went up 2 more.
You're welcome. But so make it work with Michael Thomas. Have a number one receiver.
What is the problem there?
I don't know. There
They don't
is
have a
nothing.
quarterback.
There has nothing.
That's probably is the problem. That
there,
probably is it.
There is nothing that has come out that has been definitive on telling
Well, he was
what the
injured,
problem
and
was.
now
he was injured and then got re-injured.
Would y'all
But there was a there-
Re-injured.
Yeah. Would you want him to go the Saints to go out and get Jameis?
Oh yeah.
I mean, like go sign him for what 3 years?
Yes.
Three
Gi-
for 70.
Give that man a bag
3 for 70.
because yes.
That's what I think. I think he
Yes.
deserves it.
Yes, because he was on a tear with those receivers. Had 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Yep. He was 4 and 2.
2 of those picks were against, or all 3 of those picks were on shitty teams too.
Yeah.
That's what we were
2
looking
of them
at. the
came
other
in
day.
one game, right?
So, I think so.
Yeah.
Against
But
the
it's
Giants.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so like, hey, I think he wants to come back, which is why I'm not labeling that as my number one. So, I'm gonna stick with my make it work with Michael Thomas, and draft a wide receiver.
So make it work with Michael Thomas and draft a wide receiver.
Yes.
Okay, well that's
okay.
2.
So it's like saying, hey,
Okay.
we want to make you happy, but we're literally going to pick your competition for
Yeah.
you.
And then we're not going to go sign a. So you're saying get
Sounds
a
like
quarterback
something Dallas
is
would
number
do.
3. You're crazy. I want to hear about what the Dolphins have to do.
Yeah, mine on the Dolphins is pretty simple, and it's really for Dolphins and Dolphins fans because I got to do the same thing, man. It's a resolution all around. If it's gonna be Tua, then it's got to be Tua. Like if it's gonna be Tua, then shut the fuck up and stop talking about Deshaun Watson, stop talking about Russell Wilson, stop talking about Aaron Rodgers. And this is not just fans. This is like the back office. Like if it's gonna be Tua, let's start giving him the pieces. Let's start building around him. He's shown that he can be pretty sharp at times. So let's give him those pieces. Real receivers, real running backs. Start building around Tua if it's going to be Tua.
And look at what happens when organizations come out and say, all right, here's your replacement, Love, with the Packers.
Yeah.
I mean, now guess who doesn't want to be with the Packers?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, the best
Yeah.
quarterback out there right now. I
Yep.
mean,
MVP.
so it just doesn't make any sense that how is Tua, which is on his second year,
Yep.
how is he supposed to feel? He's
Yeah,
supposed to
no,
go out
that's
there
what I
knowing
mean.
that there's a possibility that he might be playing in Houston next year.
He's been tearing it up since the trade deadline. I will say that.
Yeah.
Ever since since he was going to be the quarterback.
Yeah.
Like he's been on a tear. And
Yeah.
I'll give him the kudos where I can. I just wish the dude could throw the ball 10 yards.
I am going to say this before we continue to let you go. Whoever didn't get one of these hoodies,
Oh my God. Look at him.
These things are sweet.
And
They're
by the
comfortable.
way, one-time purchase, never again. Never again.
If you didn't get one, you missed out for real. These things are awesome.
They're very comfortable.
Well, go ahead. What else?
All right, so now that's it for the Dolphins. That's pretty. cut
Yeah,
and
make
dry.
it Tua or not. Yeah,
If it's
and get a
gonna be
running back.
Right. If it's going to be Tua, well, that would be instantly number two.
Yeah.
Really, that would be my number one. I just want them to. If it's going to be Tua, man, they got to just shut up and
Dive
go.
in.
They gave
It's gotta
Duke
be.
Johnson 20 carries.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're giving Duke Johnson 20 carries, and I don't think he got very many receptions.
And listen, I
Like,
think,
they didn't throw him the ball very much at all.
And no, that's what I'm saying. Like Myles Gaskin, keep him in Miami, but he's got to be RB2. With Duke Johnson going off like he did this week, did you see how good Myles Gaskin did behind him?
Terrible.
He actually had a good game.
Oh,
had,
yeah, but he
had
picked
5
up-
or 6 catches, and then he had like 40 yards rushing on 8 carries, and like that's
I know a good running back you guys can go after, and Drew can back me up with it 100 times.
Alexander Madison.
Yes, sir.
I'd be down. All right,
I
so
doubt they
here's-
let Vikings are not going to get rid of him.
No, not with
Absolutely
Dalvin,
not.
with Dalvin being made of glass. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna draw a random team for everybody, and we're gonna go quickly around the table. Just everybody, like just one person talk. Give a quick one. It's gonna be a random team that you're gonna be assigned. And
Sorry,
you
I
gotta
like
give,
to argue, so I'm like
You're good,
always
you're
like,
good.
no, you're idiot.
I just want to be able to get a couple of these in because we got one other segment we got to get to here.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, so Nick, you're gonna go first, and I'm gonna look at it with.
Oh, I don't get to pick my own? Oh, that's bullshit.
It's rigged.
Oh, my God. A whole new organization moved to, I don't know, Detroit.
You
Just
got
be
Houston,
shitty.
by the way. The Texans.
Yeah, the Texans, they're terrible. Honestly, trade Deshaun Watson. Go get a haul for him, and then you can start to rebuild because, honestly, everything in Houston is terrible. There's no quarterbacks to draft. Nobody's going to go to Houston because they have no wide receivers. They have no running back. They have
terrible
nothing.
quarterback class.
So
Terrible
there's no
quarterback
way they're going to do.
class.
They're saying Davis Mills might be their quarterback of the future, and they really like him.
Yeah, okay. Whatever. Yeah, but if that's the case,
Just putting it out there.
even regardless, like you were saying earlier, you have no running backs. You have no wide receivers. You have nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly, their offensive line is bad, but it's not as bad as the way that they've played. So
It's actually pretty solid.
Yeah, I was about to say it's not terrible. They need honestly, if Tyrod Taylor would have stayed injury free, they probably weren't. They weren't that bad. They were actually competitive when he was in there.
Yeah.
So if Mills is their quarterback of the future, he needs somebody to throw to.
Yep.
I would say wide receivers. That's what I'm going to say because all they have is Brandon Cooks. Yeah. Brandon Cooks is good for 3 receptions for 120 yards every 4 games.
Every 4 games. Yep. Other than that, he ain't getting a catch.
Exactly.
All right, Marcus, you've got the 49ers.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
I like that one.
That's a good one.
You got. It's kind of the same situation with Miami. Are they going with Jimmy G or are they going to stick with Trey Lance? And I think after this season, you got to stick with the guy you just drafted 3rd overall. You got to get rid of Jimmy G and find some value for it. It's a matter of how you find value. You know, you've got the trade deadline coming up, but you've also, I know there's like in the contract, some amount of money is more guaranteed at some points or other, but you got to get rid of Jimmy G and start fresh and roll with the new guy. You have to.
I like that. I like that one.
They have
Pretty
great
simple.
wide receivers, great running backs. They just need to make their pick at. Now, I do say that this year their defense is a little weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their defense is a little weak. But that's also because they lost. And they lost. I can never remember which one it is.
Bosa.
One of the Bosas. Is
Yeah.
it Nick?
Yeah, they have.
They have Nick.
I think it's
I
Nick.
think.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Here you go, Drew. You've got Carolina.
Solidify the quarterback position. I
I
mean,
feel like for all the bad teams, that's what we're going to have.
for everybody. All right, so let me change that. Let's go. Keep Christian McCaffrey healthy. Do something to give him another running back where he's not taking all of the beating.
Give Chuba Hubbard more touches.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
How about just trade Christian McCaffrey?
To Miami, I agree.
What are you giving up? But that's another story.
Who gives a
But-
shit? Whatever they want.
Yeah, give Chuba Hubbard,
Honestly.
Chuba Hubbard more carries, more touches. Keep Christian McCaffrey fresh.
They need wide receivers
Give him
too.
help. Well, DJ Moore is a good wide receiver. Robbie Anderson,
Sucks.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
Anderson-
When I say they need a
But-
wide receiver, I'm not saying they have a number one,
Yeah.
which is DJ Moore is not a number one on any team.
No.
On any other team.
No.
He's not a number one.
No, not at
He's a
all.
number two on all teams. He's not a number one on any team. But they have no number two, nor number three. They have a Robbie Anderson at number four. Like everybody else in between is just terrible.
Yeah.
Agree with that. All right, draw me a team.
Oh, the Chiefs.
Did I really?
Chiefs,
All right,
yes.
listen, I'll
It's
take an
rigged.
actual team. I'll take an actual team. No, listen. What? No, I mean, like
ahead.
somebody who needs to fix some shit. Pick me one. Pick me another one.
I mean,
the Chiefs?
Yeah, we can't all go offense every single
No,
time.
I'm saying draw me another one. Draw me another one.
No, I get that, but the Chiefs, they need stuff too.
Yeah,
Hell.
okay, all right, I'll go with the Chiefs. All right, I'll keep them. I mean, I tried. You said it's rigged, so I
Ban-
literally tried to
ban
make a
Jackson
different one
Mahomes
myself.
from the stadium. Got it.
Yeah,
Jackson. There you go. That would be my one. Let's get rid of the off the field bullshit. Like, get rid of those distractions somehow. Because Jackson Mahomes is not only like distracting Patrick, I think, but I think he's also ruining the image of the Mahomes family in Kansas City. I don't know if you guys saw the bar incident, but it was. We'll talk about it off the air, but it's bad.
It is.
Yeah, I saw that too.
It's
It
a
is.
bad situation.
All right, I'm just gonna start popping these off. Then.
Get it? Go for it.
So
Let's speed through 'em.
Drew, Pats. I'm just gonna not go in any order. I'm just gonna start.
Okay,
I'll go
all right.
one. Every other four.
get some more receivers for Mac Jones because let that man free because that defense is going to be fine under Bill Belichick, but get some more receivers for Mac Jones to throw the ball down the field, show what he's got, and go with it.
I like it. Speeding
Like
around,
that.
speed rounding.
All right, Kyle Raiders.
Raiders. Oh, Jesus Christ! What a horrible situation. I would say go into next year not giving up. Just go in with the same mentality you came into this year with. You had a lot of, you had so many challenges, and you're still right there on the cusp of the playoffs. Just come back with that same mentality.
I'm going to take the Vikings, and they already. I think they're going to need a safety. Honestly, their DBs are terrible.
Yep.
They have no defense whatsoever. Obviously, you're going to want to keep Dalvin injury free. They already have Alexander Madison or what, but they don't give him the ball enough when Cook is healthy. So same situation as Carolina. They need to make sure that they're keeping Cook healthy, which I don't think is ever going to happen. So it doesn't
They are
really matter.
wasting Kirk Cousins' prime, and then I'm done. Sorry, I don't.
That's a weird statement.
They are, they are. Look at his stats.
Yeah, he's not wrong though. I mean,
He's
not
playing
wrong.
really well this year and
last
they're-
year and the
they're a
year before,
500
bro.
They're a 500.
He's got like a
Football team?
He's got like a 5-to-1 touchdown interception ratio.
yeah.
Their defense is one of the worst in the NFL.
Not
They
changing
need-
the subject, but also changing the subject. The back lay on this thing is dope. So get at us if you want some of it. On this behind us, it looks very good.
Oh yeah, it does.
I love it.
Yeah, that's
What is
cool
it?
as shit. The back lay on the actual video.
On the video.
I just noticed.
I
That
did
thing's
that.
cool
It is
as
cool.
shit, man.
I'm gonna say, all right, Marcus, Colts, and shout out Noah
Shout out
Forster.
Noah.
That was
Yep.
his
That was
favorite
his team.
team. So you better no. I want Colts to win the Super Bowl with the
They
best
need-
defense in the league.
They need receivers, honestly.
Yeah.
Like their receivers are probably as far as like receiving core, not good at all. Like Zach Pascal, T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pittman, that team rides and dies off of Jonathan Taylor right now.
yeah, and
that's
as
gonna-
we've seen,
That's gonna hurt him.
you run the ball too much, and at the end of the season, you start to wear down, and he's only gonna be there 7 years. So yeah, that's all the running back gets.
One of the last things that I saw Noah post on Facebook said JT for MVP.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
Give it to him.
Give it to him. Kyle Bills.
Oh, the Bills. You got to get a running back. Jesus Christ. They have no running game.
None
Zach
at all.
Moss, terrible. What's the other guy's name? Don't even know.
You know, I'm not gonna lie.
Devin Singletary.
Garbage.
You know, I'm not gonna lie though. The Bills' defense is kind of trash.
They're struggling.
They're kind of
struggling.
trash right now. They don't have like that dude on their defense like at all. I mean, you can almost hit every single team, and they have like that guy that is the number one dude on their defense. They don't have that.
Yeah.
Actually, right now, sitting right here, right in front of everyone right now, I cannot name a single person on the Bills' defense.
I can do a couple. All right, let's speed through. Let's get like three more
Marcus
each.
Bears.
Fire Matt Nagy.
It's a good point. Drew Bucks.
Get healthy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're the
We're not doing this,
lamest
are we? Come
freaking
on now.
person ever.
Softball. You want me to take the Bucks?
Okay. Sure up the DBs.
There you go.
This is for next year. I mean, honestly, I feel like Tom Brady's only going to play for so much longer.
Might get that quarterback of the future.
Yeah, put somebody under him. Who's even their backup right now?
Kyle Trask.
Kyle Trask.
But
Yeah,
Kyle Trask.
I mean, we'll see what happens there, but
product of
I hope he's
incredible
learning.
receiving.
But I don't.
I hope he's learning.
But I don't know if
I'm
you're
sorry.
getting. I
I'm
don't know if
sorry.
you're getting
It's
one
not.
out of this draft.
No, you're not getting one out of this draft. No.
I apologize, guys. The backup is Blaine Gabbert.
Oh, boy.
It's my bad.
He is not a bad backup, though. I mean, okay.
All right, we're tailing off. Let's go.
Okay. I'll take the Bengals. I'm going to say they have good running back.
O-line,
Yeah,
bro.
it's all going to be but they shored up their O-line a lot this year. Their
I think
O-line's
he's
not
been sacked
terrible.
40 times already.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
We literally had like a
we're
whole
gonna have to go-
debate about
I
the
think-
Jamar Chase, Penei Sewell thing.
I was about to say
I think it's what he was saying earlier about the Raiders. Just keep doing what you're doing because they're a good
Yeah, it's
football
gonna
team.
be
They've just
O-line.
they're just very, very
to
young.
me it's O-line or linebackers.
Yep.
Or linebackers. Washington football team. Go Drew.
Find a quarterback. Find a quarterback to make it work.
You don't like Taylor Heineke?
I love him, but I don't think he's the guy.
He's not the guy.
He's not a he is a guy, a bridge quarterback, but he is not the franchise
It's
guy.
like Gardner Minshew.
But to tell you the truth, they really don't have a run game either. Yeah, I could sit right here and debate you on Antonio, whatever.
Gibson.
And he is absolute garbage.
He's
garbage.
He's great in fantasy.
No, he's not. He got like 6 points yesterday.
Decent committee of healthy.
18 and a half, actually.
Yeah. He
What?
went off. He's been going off all year.
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
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 Did he really? I have him on my team, too.
Yeah,
think it was one of
shout out
those
to
leagues-
Philly winning last
Stop
week,
talking,
though.
Nicholas.
I know.
By the way, thanks for guest appearing on this show. We appreciate
I
it.
know. I appreciate
Oh, yes.
it. Kyle, Ravens.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Figure out the new quarterback controversy that you have.
Ooh.
Oh, my God.
Okay,
here we
that
go.
we're calling it.
Dude, Huntley looked good.
I'm just saying because Lamar Jackson can't throw a damn ball, and Huntley looked good.
Take
So,
away the numbers.
Can I
Create-
throw like a quick
You know
a
what?
quick thing for the
Create.
Ravens?
Go ahead.
Create quarterback controversy.
Yeah.
Here's one for the Ravens. How about learning to go for PAT? Go for two.
Extra points. They've lost 3 straight games by a total of 4 points.
See, that's what I don't
Just kick the PAT.
like. I get it going into overtime. You don't want to take the chance of losing in overtime. But, dude, they're on the verge of making the playoffs. Like, why would you not go and try to? I mean, you just basically killed yourself.
The
in that
first game, I'm okay with it. You go for it, you don't get it, cool. Hey, you went for it, you were aggressive, whatever. The next time it comes around, you do the same thing. I'm like, okay, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing multiple times and expecting a different result.
Yep. Marcus Chargers.
Oh,
It's a good one.
This is a hard one because I feel like they're a solidified team already to make a dark horse run in the AFC. For
Run
the Super Bowl this year.
defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a good point. Run defense. They're probably one of the worst in the league for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably get a better front seven for that.
There you go.
you go.
I'm
They
gonna
gotta-
I'm gonna take the Falcons, and I'm gonna go defense, all 11 positions.
Yep, I like that.
I mean, their offense can put up points. Defense sucks. Has sucked for the past 10 years.
Yep.
Kyle, Lions.
Oh man. You know what?
Ooh.
Don't lose the heart that you have. I don't know if you guys have watched the Lions
Yeah.
game, and if you haven't, it's completely understandable. But they've got a lot of heart, and I really think they like Dan Campbell. Don't lose that heart you got. Keep building.
You know what's funny is we made fun of that hire.
Yeah.
We sat on here and made fun of that hire, and I think that this year, I mean, dude, Jared Goff went out there and made the Cardinals look like shit.
Yeah.
They made oh my god,
With
they
a
made him
rook-
look like an MVP caliber quarterback.
With a rookie number 1 receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
yeah,
A rookie.
and he
receiver.
wrecked them. I don't even know how to
Hosted.
say his
Waiver
name.
wire of the week pick, by the way.
Yeah, no doubt.
Keep
Yes.
building. Keep building around
Now,
them.
good segue. Drew Cardinals.
Work on the defense. Work on the defense because that like you were saying, that offense puts up points. Work on the defense, get them squared down, and let's go.
I got a question, Drew, since you're the show bitch of here.
Yeah.
Can you tell me if this is I believe if I'm correct,
So we've lost
DeAndre
touch of
Hopkins
that.
signed a
Yeah, we have.
2-year extension with the Cardinals. Is this upcoming season is he a free agent?
Who is this?
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre
Oh,
Hopkins.
okay.
No, I think his contract. No, he's still there for a couple more years.
Oh, okay. I thought he did a 2-year.
I think he just did it though.
Yeah, I think he. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna take.
okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
take the Browns, and I'm gonna say.
That's a tough one.
I would legitimately sit here and say go get a replacement for Baker Mayfield because I don't feel like that he has that locker room anymore. I don't think that they believe in him anymore. I mean, if you can run off a talent like OBJ, I'm not saying he's the best wide receiver. I've already been in here and said all of that, but I think they need to go and get him a replacement. But if not, offensive line, so they can at least. I mean. Because this year's not the year to go get a quarterback.
Right.
So it's hard to continue to say quarterback when this year's it's just not the time. It's not the time to go get a quarterback.
Is there a chance we'll be able to get through all these? We got about 15 minutes of showtime left.
Yeah, Drew, say what you're about to say and hurry up.
Closing out on DeAndre Hopkins, he is a undrafted free agent in 2025.
An undrafted?
Unrestricted. We get it.
In 2025.
Undrafted free agent. Okay.
Wow, 3 more years. Okay. Marcus, Broncos.
Quick.
Find a quarterback. Because obviously Teddy's not doing his thing, and I don't think they have faith in Drew Lock.
Okay. Kyle, Jets.
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep building. They're going to be good in a couple years.
Dude, I think they're going to have the number 1 defense in 2 years.
Yep.
Drew, Steelers.
Find that replacement for Big Ben. They do not. I know we just said.
I know quarterbacks
can't
are
get
hard,
one, but with Big Ben, I mean, he's playing well, but he's already saying this is his last year.
I think the problem with that is their lifeblood is their defense, and their defense is absolute garbage. I'll take the Giants. It's going to be, honestly, put Booker in and trade Saquon.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like it.
Marcus, Seahawks.
Shit.
Find an offensive line. Make Russell Wilson happy.
Dude, sign that man. Because he's unrestricted after this year, right?
Trade him.
Or is it, they'd have to trade him. That's right. That's
They're gonna trade him. Yeah, find an O-line, man,
Make him
because
happy.
that's what made him unhappy last year.
I would sit his ass down at a table and say, what do you want? Done.
Here's a check.
Yeah, exactly. Kyle, Titans. It's a good one.
Okay, go get a wide receiver. Go get another one.
Julio, bust.
A.J.
He
Brown.
busted. I'm sorry.
Yep, Julio busted. A.J. Brown's a number 2, just like DJ Moore.
Yep.
Got to go get you a number 1.
Drew, Packers.
Sign. Do whatever you got to do to make Aaron Rodgers happy. Give him the check. Do whatever you got to do.
I'll take the Rams, and I'm going to say just get your running back healthy. I mean, that's not that's your defense is stout as hell. You got the number 1 defensive tackle. You got the number 1 one of the number 1 linebackers. You got the number 1 corner. I mean, you have a great defense. Wide receivers, weapons for days. Matthew Stafford is a good quarterback. He's not great, but with those wide receivers and those weapons, that offensive line, you're good.
Yep.
But they need to have a running
red
game.
zone threat instead of Cooper Kupp.
But they're going to get Robert Woods back.
Maybe
they're going to get
re-sign Odell.
Robert Woods back. That's my thing. Well, actually, no, they're not. I think he's unrestricted.
He's unrestricted.
Yeah. So I would say either that. I mean, because I'm drawing a blank on their running back's name when they got hurt.
Daryl
Cam
Henderson.
Akers.
No, Cam Akers. When Cam Akers comes back, see, right now they can't trust Daryl Henderson whatsoever. I'm going to leave the last one, the Eagles, to Kyle.
The Eagles, Jesus Christ, tough one. Build that defense up. You know what? The very first thing, I know I've said this for a couple other teams, do what you should have done years ago. You got your slot guy, Devontae Smith. You should have drafted Justin Jefferson instead of Jalen Rieger. Don't make that mistake again. Go get a good receiver, man.
There you go. I like it. Because to tell you the truth, I think Jalen Hurts has it. That job is his.
I think in today's NFL, Jalen Hurts can win games.
Oh, yeah.
If we're talking 10 years ago, he would never play.
Can you imagine that, though? Like, I want to know what coaches and managers feel when they go out there and they miss people. They don't draft. Like, I know I'm going to jump to baseball, but like Mike Trout. There was 15 teams that said, no, he's not the guy I'm taking. And now he's the best player in baseball.
How many teams passed up on Mahomes?
How many teams passed up on Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Well, every team essentially for 6 rounds.
Yeah.
Brady may have been a different situation, though.
I think so, too. He was okay with Michigan. He wasn't what he is in the NFL.
I can tell you right now, to be an Eagles fan, that would be painful, man, to watch Justin Jefferson breaking Randy Moss's records in Minnesota and just being like, we got Rieger.
Wasn't it the Eagles that they somebody, I know the Cowboys drafted CeeDee Lamb right in front of the Eagles, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that one hurt.
That broke their spirit.
That one hurt. Could you imagine
No.
that? CeeDee Lamb over there with freaking Devontae Smith? That'd be insane.
Justin Jefferson this season has 1,288 yards and 8 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah.
Every Eagles wide receiver combined this year, this was before this week, 1,466 and 8 touchdowns.
Jesus Christ, has Jalen Hurts only thrown for 1,400 yards?
It's not just him. I mean, he's also been hurt for 2 games, so Gardner
Yeah, but-
Minshew's got some of that.
Yeah, but so he's only thrown for, never mind. Go get a quarterback.
Oh, man. They also have no running back.
They have nothing.
I don't know.
Miles Sanders he's all right.
He's all right.
not bad.
I think he's about like Myles Gaskin. I think Miles Sanders would be very good if Miles Sanders was not the guy.
I would agree with that.
All right, so let's segue on here. We've only got a little bit left here, so we were gonna make all 6 of our New Year's 6 picks.
We're going to. Let's go ahead and make them.
All right, let's do it. You got them pulled up, Drew?
Yep.
All right, so you're gonna write them down. Drew's gonna call out the game. We'll do the college football playoffs last. We have another game, but we have another show before the national champ. By the way, this is our last show of 2021, guys. If you haven't caught on to that,
Right. Yeah, we're gonna take next week off. So this is our season-ending show right here.
Yep, season.
I could not
finale.
pick a better time or a better way to do it by dedicating this episode to Noah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I could not pick a better episode.
It,
Perfect.
By the way, his mom was on here for a little bit.
That's
I don't know
awesome.
if she's still watching, but she was
That's
on
awesome.
That's awesome. Love that.
here. First game on our docket is going to be the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Thursday, December 30th, 7 p.m. on
Okay, we don't have to
ESPN.
go through all that.
Christ.
God damn it, Drew. We've talked about this.
Michigan State versus Pitt. Michigan State versus Pitt.
And this is the Peach Bowl
Yes.
in Atlanta, Georgia. What's the zip code?
Go.
Make your damn pick, asshole.
I'm going Michigan State. Oh my God. Oh shoot.
No, I'm going to go Pittsburgh in this game. Is Kenny Pickett playing? I haven't
No.
seen any. He's not going to play.
No, and Kenneth Walker is not playing too. They're both opted for declared for the
I'm
draft.
going Michigan
I
State.
hate this. Expand the playoffs so this shit stops happening.
Are you still going
This is
Pitt?
fucking boring. Pittsburgh, yeah. That game just
I'll
lost
take-
all of its appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take State.
Marcus?
Michigan State.
Michigan State. Drew. Okay. Normally this does not work out for the 3 over here.
No.
So
Go
now
Pitt.
watch Pitt'll win.
PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, Notre Dame, Oklahoma State.
Oh,
The
man.
coachless Notre Dame.
But, Marcus Freeman isn't a new coach there. He is
True.
within the program. So I'm going to take Notre Dame here. Oklahoma State, their defense looked really good, but their offense just didn't, man. So
Yeah, and I think honestly that loss to Baylor. Normally,
May have
Florida looked very good when they went in to go play Oklahoma, and they shit the bed because nobody played, nobody had heart. I'm going to go Notre Dame as well because I think Notre Dame is going to be out there to try to prove Kelly wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. Somebody.
Yeah, I was about to say
Notre
somebody-
Dame.
Go. You know what? I'll be the oddball here. I'll take Oklahoma State.
All right.
I'll take Mullah Man Mike Gundy.
Rose Bowl game, Ohio State, Utah.
I think this is going to be a much better game than people are expecting. But I'm going to give the edge to Ohio State.
I'm going to do the same. I think it's going to be a very good game. I think Utah's defense is way too stout. So I think it's going to be a good game, but I think C.J. Stroud is just going to be too much.
Yeah.
Utah.
Got any?
A quick one with Utah, but you're definitely going to go 0 for 1 on that one. Give me Ohio State.
Do you want to back that up on Utah or no?
I think they're still going to have, Ohio State has nothing to play for at this moment.
Yeah, but C.J. Stroud is also just coming up. I mean, so I think those
Ohio State
when
as
they're
a
young
whole.
like that-
Ohio
that
State as a
excuse.
whole.
Hate that excuse. I just hate it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
know.
totally understand it.
See, I
I'm
feel
not going after you on that. I
no.
just mean like
I feel that if you're a scout in the NFL and you're watching players just not even give a damn about it, just would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
Because now lets me know that if we go, if we're out of playoff contention, you're going to give up on me.
Yeah.
That's like you go into school all year and then being like, okay, here's the exams, but I'm not taking the SAT, so fuck it. I'm not going to take my exam.
But there's also on the opposite side of the spectrum, there have been times where players have played in a bowl like this, tore their ACL, or gotten a severe injury,
No.
and their draft stock went from being a top 10 pick to being third, fourth, fifth round.
I'm going to do that by saying what Kyle said and say expand the playoff. I'm not talking about people not playing. I'm talking about if you're not going to have your heart in it, like Drew said, don't play. Just say you're sitting it out.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
But these
just
games
sit it out.
They need to be made more meaningful.
I
They
just
do.
think
these games. Look at these teams. We're talking some of the best teams in all of college football playing against each other, and yet they mean nothing. That's
State,
ridiculous.
Michigan State Pittsburgh should have been a very exciting matchup.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. We got 3 more, and Nick needs to get out of here.
All-State Sugar Bowl, Baylor, Ole Miss.
Shit. I'm going to take Ole Miss because Matt Corral is playing, but I think it's going to be probably the best bowl game.
That's my favorite.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Baylor. I'm gonna say Baylor.
Would not shock me.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and the main reason is just the way that they played Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
It feels like, and they had nothing to play for there either.
No.
And guess what? They went out there and said, Oklahoma State, you ain't winning shit.
Yeah.
So
Ole Miss.
you got Ole Miss.
Ole
Okay.
Miss. I like Matt Corral ending out. He's got to solidify
I think
himself.
he's gonna throw for 400 yards.
He's got.
He's gonna throw a shit ton, but I just think this is gonna be a shootout.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun game to watch.
I think this is the one that you watch it for.
Yeah.
This one right here is the best game.
Oh man, the over under is 1 point. By the way, that's how
Damn.
close it is. 1 point. I'm gonna take Baylor. I'm gonna go with Nick on this one.
There we go.
I like it.
Yeah, because you're gonna go with the guy that's leading all of NFL picks. So
All right.
And now the granddaddies. Goodyear Cotton Bowl, Cincinnati, Alabama.
I'm going to pick Alabama because it's a smart thing to do. You can't come on
It's
here
a
and pick
smart
against
thing to
Alabama.
do.
It doesn't matter who they're playing. I will never pick against Alabama. However, I do want to say I think Cincinnati makes this game interesting. I think Alabama wins by 17, but I think it's the opposite of the Georgia game. You know how Georgia only lost by 17, but they got blown out? I think Alabama's going to beat Cincinnati by 17, but it's going to be 10 the whole game, and they're going to score a late touchdown.
I think that this is gonna be the Alabama Notre Dame game from what, last year or the year before?
Where Notre Dame gave them the best matchup.
Yeah, like it was like they still got beat and they got beat by 2 possessions, but
Right.
it was like, dude, y'all better not make a mistake. You make a mistake and Notre Dame is back in this thing quick.
Yep.
That's what I think. But I do have Alabama winning.
I think it's definitely going to be a decent game. I don't know how big, but Alabama's going to roll because you give Nick Saban that much time to prepare for one team. Yeah.
Bama, moving on.
Capital One Orange Bowl, Georgia, Michigan.
I'll go first.
All right.
Michigan.
This one's interesting. I'll go next then. Screw it. Michigan. I think Michigan wins this thing. I want to see Alabama, Michigan in the national championship. That's what I want to see. Let's go. And I hate Georgia. I hope they get fucking smoked.
I think that would be
It's our first F of the day.
No, it's not. He said
No,
the
I
F
said
word.
one earlier.
Shit, my bad.
Watch your mouth. Man, listen, I'm tired of this Georgia shit. I really am. I mean, every year it's the same thing, and they came out of something worse than winning the ACC this year. They came out of the SEC. They may not have won 12 games if they were playing in the ACC. That's how bad the SEC East was this year. I think Michigan might win this game by 2 scores.
I actually I was in Atlanta this past weekend and got in arguments over this game because Georgia has not been tested. The one time they got tested,
They got
Alabama
smoked.
rolled them. And 17 points is not that much. But Alabama there was never a contest. Nobody went, Georgia could come back.
No.
Nobody said that.
Georgia scored late.
Yeah.
Because they were up by 24.
I think this game is going to be closer than what most people think, but they are literally.
Wait, everybody thinks it's going to be close.
They are literally no. This is going to be like real close. But these teams are the exact same. They both have really good defenses. They both have really good running games. But I think Michigan takes it.
See, I think it's going to be more like a 21-7, if you want me to be honest. I think Michigan Oh, you think Michigan takes it? Oh, okay. Yeah, we swept on Michigan. Georgia.
shit.
Wow.
That means Georgia's going to fucking win. Son of a...
Yeah,
I just
come
don't-
on, man.
It's going to be Georgia, Cincinnati, and Georgia's going to win the national championship, and I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, that would be a nice revenge game for Cincinnati. That would be a nice revenge game for Cincinnati. All right.
We've lost Nick. He's given up.
And it doesn't even
He's all
happen.
hope.
Yeah.
All
right.
hope is
I
gone.
swear, I hate, at this point in my life, I hate Georgia more than I hate FSU. I'll be the first
We
gator
talked
to
about that
say
the
it.
other day. I wish we had more time to dive into what we were saying the other day, but FSU Florida just it's not a rivalry.
It's hard to get off of this when you have as many viewers as we have going on.
I know. I know. I'm
But-
just trying to get you out of here.
I know.
All
And I
right, listen.
appreciate it.
Since it's the last show of the year, I want to do something a little bit different. So I want to allow you guys to sign off one by one, and then I'll close out the show.
Okay.
So we'll start with Marcus. You were to OG. You kind of say your Happy New Year and everything to everybody, and pass it on to Drew and then Nick, and then I'll close it out.
Drew gets to go second. He should go last since it's the show, bitch. But anyways.
No, not last. I'm closing it.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, as always, thank you for the whole year of listening, and thank you guys so much. And happy holidays and happy New Year's, and we'll see you guys in 2022.
I just wanted to reiterate that. Just saying, happy Thanksgiving. Exactly.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays.
Look at him to
Merry
settle all of
Christmas.
this.
Settle down, Mr. President. Well,
Look, I hope everybody here has a happy New Year, a Merry Christmas. Look, and I want to be the first to say how pleased we are and how thankful we are, truly, for as many people as tuned into us this year. I mean, it's meant the world to us.
Yeah.
You know, next year we have a lot of lofty goals for ourselves, and living in a small town like this, anything you can do to help your people here, local people, make it is huge. I always try to stay local and eat local and everything, and I just truly appreciate everybody that has tuned in and given us content to talk about, comments. I mean, now we're getting walked up to on softball fields and in supermarkets going, oh, dude, y'all do the Right On Net, y'all do the Right On sports show and stuff like that. It's just awesome to be able to have somebody just message you and tell you how they think you're wrong in sport. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, that's exactly what this is all about. And I want more of that. I'm not going to sit here and say that all my takes are right, but everyone who is not on this show, including the people who are, all of you are wrong and I am right. But for real, thank you guys so much. And, the shares, we see some of the episodes out here going and getting 12, 15 shares. I mean, that means so much to us. It's not even funny. And to see somebody, like, even when my own wife shares it, I'm like, dude, thank you. Like, I mean, it just means a lot to us. We truly do appreciate it.
You got Jamie Pettis saying, "Get after it, Nick."
Uh-oh. That's my uncle. That's my uncle. He's awesome.
Hey,
He's awesome.
listen, to close this thing out on the sports show side of things, it was incredible to have yet another full year of this. I mean, we started in early 2021, I think less than midway through, and now we're through a year and a half of this, and it's still just as fun as it was in the beginning, and it's getting more and more fun. So on the sports show side of it, like Nick said, thank you guys so much for participating. Thank you guys so much for being in the comments, for sharing the video when you do. Trust me, we see it, we appreciate it, and we're working on stuff to take better care of our fans, like as we start to grow in ourselves. And from the network side of things, listen, don't take your eyes off of us. Don't sleep on things that we're doing here, because we've got more great ideas coming into 2022 that are just going to blow everything out of the water. The YouTube's starting to get more and more popular every day. We're growing our presences on all social medias. We're starting to build a website. We're getting there, guys. So be patient with us and don't take your eyes off of us. And from all of us here on the Right On Sports Show, you guys have a Merry Christmas and a Happy fucking New Year! Let's go!
Thanks for listening to the Right On Sports Show. Find the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or find the guys on YouTube at Right On Sports and hit that subscribe button to be notified when they go live. In the meantime, check them out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Right On Sports.